Hey, good morning, everybody. I thought overall it was a really high energy practice. I thought we really practiced hard, and therefore I think we got better as a football team. And so that's really what you want. And what I tell our players is, we need that high energy on every play out there. And as we talk about the football play all the time, and the next play, and playing your best play the next play. And so a lot of those things were good. There's some conditioning at the end that was not the discipline that we needed at the end, but that's why we do it. So it was that ends up being a real positive for us in terms of being able to teach discipline when you're tired, fourth quarter, and finishing, and all those other things. Other than that, we'll have a good afternoon this afternoon, and then get back out here and get going again tomorrow morning. We'll be in shoulder pads tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's fan day, which we're excited about, all our fans coming. And then we crank it up with full pads on Monday. So excited about getting going.
Coach, I saw Harold Brantley out there in the car. What does it mean to have him just kind of supporting his team?
Well, we always, like any player that's injured, to be a part of the team. So he has responsibilities to be here, and so to get treatment and everything else too. But he's been great. His leadership skills have been so good, and it's part of the frustration, of getting hurt because he had been doing so remarkably well. But the good news is he's going to be 100%, and it's great to have him out here and be a part of that.
Ian, worried at all about his hamstring being a long-term thing?
Who's that?
Ian Simon.
No. It's just a 2 weeks.
Power, is it the same if he has trouble with it?
No, I'm going to have him give you an injury. I'm not going to give details about injuries. We'll give you a report.
Gary, with things that Sheldon and Alden have been through over the last week, I mean, have you reached out to them, or just kind of have you had any conversations with them about it?
First of all, both those guys, we never had any discipline problems. Sheldon had some academic issues, but other than that, no discipline problem, none. Alden, never a problem, ever. And so, Alden, he's part of our family. I'm gonna get a hold of him this week. We feel for him, and I want him to get healthy again and get back going. And obviously, it breaks my heart when I hear something like that. So I'm praying for him, and hopefully he can get some help to get better.
How does that impact the program, or does it bother you when guys are in the news?
It's not about the program. It's about my players. I love my players, okay? So we have a bunch of guys playing NFL. They're doing awesome.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of guys in this team that do awesome. And occasionally one or two things happen, and it's not the team. It's not everything's awful. It's not in any way. And so I care about them, okay? This isn't about Mizzou Football now. They were great kids here. They never got in trouble or anything like that. They're having some problems. People have that. I just want them to get them fixed so they can have a great life. That's where I am.
Gary, I know you guys have a history of developing players that we probably consider under the radar into stars. Is there anything that surprises you about Charles Harris? How quickly he really, after going from pretty unknown in high school to where he is today?
Charles was a guy, we recruited him off really watching him play basketball. You probably heard that. We saw this guy that was just a decent football player, but a really, really good athlete. He had height, he had size potential. He's very explosive. I remember slamming a basketball. So explosiveness generally dictates that a guy has speed potential. And then we found out he was a good student and he was a pretty good kid. The thing we didn't know, and you never really know, he's a remarkable competitor. He's dying to be a great football player. He's a leader. So he's got all these intangibles as a young player that those things just happen. I mean, we had, you always look to find in our evaluation system, we want to find out if there's good leadership. We want to find how they push themselves, all these kind of things that we ask, but you really never know till you get here. But the reason he is where he is now is he's got all these other qualities that you have to have if you really want to become a great player. And hopefully we can see his performance just take off. But he's doing a great job as a redshirt sophomore leading. Really, and that's we don't have a senior in that whole group, and so we got some young guys, and Harold was doing most of the leadership before, a lot of it, and Charles just jumped right in and said, I'm gonna help this team, and that's what he's done.
When you have a young position group like that, do you have to be more patient or more urgent because you got to get them ready to go?
I think if your players feel in their preparation and their work ethic and their focus and concentration if you see that they're doing those things with a sense of urgency, then you're actually very, very positive. What you do though is if you're getting mental errors, you're not getting some of the things that you think they should be getting, then obviously you're frustrated. But Coach Kulgowski's a really good football coach. Brian Jones at running backs and Pat Washington. If you take three groups that we're probably going to play some younger players, we've been here before, and we got a responsibility. They got the ability to get them ready to play. This isn't just about the player. This is about us as coaches. It happens sometimes through attrition. Whatever happens, you're in the position that we're in right now, and it's some of those positions. Most of our depth's really good. So there's always going to be some, and it's our responsibility as coaches is to get our guys ready to play. And generally, you're going to do that best by being very, very positive.
Arion and Kenyon, can they be one of the best corner tandems you guys have had here?
Yeah, I said the whole back half of our defense is probably the most athletic, all three linebackers, four secondary in its entirety since I've been here. Now, that doesn't make you a great football team yet. Yeah. And I watch what I say because I have a lot of players out there that I'll get texts from if they read about that. And so I don't like to compare guys, but they're playing at a very high level, and it's really exciting to see that.
Penton being the most improved quarterback in the spring, what was it about his what he did?
Well, he just makes a lot of plays, and and he had a great year last year as a young player. And KD, he brings so much to it, leadership, everything, and remarkable intensity and positiveness, and he brings a lot to it. So it's a pretty good situation.